Log into gyroscopeme.com, the hottest online radio station in the world. GS Radio all day, all night, worldwide. Powered by Gyroscope Media Group, LLC.
GS Radio, the best internet radio station worldwide. Providing the best in music and talk shows. Go to www.gsradionj.com and check out the best internet station in the world. You're listening to GS Radio Internet Radio Station powered by GMG LLC.
There was Jack, and Jack had a groove. And after a while, a deep sleep fell upon him, and he went looking for a new groove. He began looking for a new nation, and it had to be a soulful nation. And he found it, and it was Soulful House Nation. And he saw a building. It was a tall building. It had 10 stories, and he entered the building and got on the elevator and pushed the 10th floor, but it stopped on the 8th floor. And that's where he found his new groove. And he began to jack and jack and jack and jack. And he knew that this was it. It was Soulful House Nation on the 8th floor. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Overview, and then of course going to ask you to go back and check out last week's interview. That was with DJ Sister Love. We're going to play the hottest song according to Track Source. They can talk about some stuff that's coming up, and we're going to play a classic, and after that we're going to go into our interview. This week our special guest is Sultan Michael Burwell from SMB. So, Chuck, why don't you play the number one song according to Track Source? But as usual, we're only going to play a snippet because Facebook has a nasty, nasty little habit of shutting us down and muting us out. So, Chuck, let's go. gentlemen, that track is by Freeze, Dr. Packer, and it's N2MZR. Now, that's a great, great track, and it is number one in the Soulful House category. And what's interesting is that this song is with Freeze, and Freeze, as you know, is Sold Out House, and he was just up this way. Two things going on. Number one is he was DJing at the Anatomy of House event with DJ Exotic and that group down in Baltimore. Then, since he was, I guess, in the area, so to speak, he drove on up to Trenton, and he was out at the Trenton House Music Festival. So, listen, we've interviewed him in the past, and he's been doing this thing for a while, and congratulations, he went to number one on TrackSource. Then, the second thing that I just want to just point out, too, is that our own Reggie Steele is number two on TrackSource. And, Reggie's been on the show also, dope producer. And it's good to see some of the people that we know here. So anyway, so go out and support those two. Buy their tracks. You have number one, you have Freeze. Number two, you have Reggie Steele. So that's all back-to-back good stuff. Hey, let's talk about some stuff that's going on. Oh, boy. I got a cold. Cough. Anyway. I think I want to just take a minute with here. But listen. So I just wanted to just give a big shout out to Sage, Bilal, and Terry Talil for giving me the love. Last Wednesday, I DJ'd on the Dollhouse. So when you get a minute, go back and check that out. That was a good set. And then, but also too, we had good conversation, and we had some slick talk about some stuff that's going on. I'm gonna tell you about that in a little bit. Hey, give a big shout out to Amir, Just the DJ, Jordan Pope, and DJ T Star out of Chicago for the Trenton thing. They went really hard, and hey, they brought the goods home. Then also a big shout out to Treehouse Cares. They had their big thing in Monty Irvin Park, Orange Park. That was another great event. Unfortunately, I wasn't physically able to be there only because my wife's birthday's that weekend, and you know how that's going to work out. Then, also that weekend, DJ Exotic, Anatomy of House. As you know, I'm now referring to him as DJ Psychotic, and for a number of reasons which I will get into later. Then, some things that are coming up. August 26th, the 9-year anniversary of SMB, the White Party. It's going to be a secret location. Hey, and you know what? Guess who our guest is today? It is Sultan, SMB. That's all right. Then also, too, another one's having a 9-year anniversary, the Dollhouse. That's going to be happening with them. And then, too, just want to give a big shout out to Shonda T. Shej, because she's going to be at LeBain on the 26th, and she's going to be on that ticket. So good to her. Next week we have a guest that you're all going to know and love, but I'm not going to tell you who that guest is going to be. You have the We Quake House Music Festival coming up, and we're going to bring on Lionel Leach to speak on that, which is coming up September, whatever that Saturday is. September, I don't know. Somebody help me out here. Okay, so that's coming up. So we have him coming up on that date. On Friday nights, you can check me out from 4 to 6. I'm on KMTV. Come check me out, and I do a combination there. So this show I do the Shazam Free Zone. I play nothing but new music. When I do the KMTV thing with DJ Divine out of Atlanta, Then I have a mix of brand new stuff, some classics, and some current hot stuff. Okay, then we have Charlie Crush on September 11th. We have DJ Psychotic and DJ Phantom of the Opera, Tommy Davis, on September 11th. And we're going to have some slick talk on that day, so just be ready. September 16th, on the soap opera series, that's when I actually will be in Baltimore. I'll be DJing down there. It's going to be 3 against 1, but I think they need a little bit more help than that. That's going to be DJ Psychotic, DJ Phantom of the Opera, and Charlie Crush is going to be on that ticket. And then I have more stuff coming on. We got so much stuff. Hey, listen, happy birthday to Tom Glide. Tom Glide. He's got a birthday this week, so happy birthday to him. Hey, some new stuff that's coming out. There's so much new stuff coming out. Hey, listen, let's give a big shout out. Here's somebody here that you should be checking for. Corey Holmes. Corey Holmes is local, but his beats are crazy. Oh my goodness. We're gonna play his new track today. Yeah, we're gonna play that new track today, but he's done stuff with other people you know. Maybe we'll talk about that later. So let's do this. Hey, Chuck, let's play our old school track, and then what we will do is we're going to come back and we're going to bring on our special guest, Sultan, Michael Burwell of SMB Entertainment. So, Chuck, if you're ready, I'm ready. Okay. This one is by Nick Straker. You remember this track? A little bit of jazz from back in the day. Nasty little habit of shutting us down and muting us out. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited. We have our guest today, Sultan Michael Burwell of SMB. Are you there?
I'm here, Dad. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. He's coming live from the automobile. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm coming live from Jersey Garden Mall.
Close enough.
They don't have an 8th floor here at the mall.
You know what I think? I think you pushed the wrong button.
What's going on, Dad?
Hey, listen. First of all, thanks a lot for coming out. I know you got a lot of stuff going on, but first, we just always like to start with the easy stuff. You could tell us a little bit about you. So for the people who haven't met you.
Oh, yeah. Good afternoon, Soulful House Nation family.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Sultan Michael Burwell. I'm the CEO and founder of SMB Entertainment Group. SMB Entertainment Group is a promotion and marketing group specifically here in northern New Jersey area. We'll actually be 9 years old in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
August 23rd, we launched our first event, 2014. And we're still standing.
Right. Now, just tell us maybe just where you're from, and then I want to hear your story about how you got into music and that kind of stuff like that. Early influences.
Yeah. I'm from Newark, New Jersey.
Okay, the bricks.
Born and raised in Newark.
Mm-hmm. A little louder, please. Uh-huh.
Born and raised in Newark.
Got you.
been into music since about I had 10 years old.
Okay.
Probably more than that. You know, my mother owned a record shop in New York.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I've been in music. I've been in music all my life.
Right. Now, how about early influences in terms of the music?
I don't know, Michael Jackson, James Brown. You know, I was a dancer.
Okay.
I don't get to dance much lately, but yeah, I love dancing. So Michael Jackson, James Brown.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that's the part that.
Even Lil Richard. Richard.
Okay.
Lil Richard,
All right.
Lil Richard.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Lil
Shut
Richard.
up. I said shut up. Anyway, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the part a lot of people don't know about your dancing. So go ahead. You want to say?
Oh yeah, I was a dancer before I was anything. Everything else came after that, but and you know, get me on the right night, I can still go.
Oh boy, use that work that good leg. I understand. Anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
I know. I'm telling you. As you get older, you find out about parts of your body you didn't even know existed. Anyway.
That's right.
Now, how did you get into Soulful House?
Well, I would say, how did I get into the dance scene?
Okay, let's start there.
Because there was no Soulful House.
Right.
You came along with this shit. No.
Oh, Lord.
No, you know, we all come up in the disco era, man.
Right.
In the 70s, disco and club, and each transition, I transitioned with that, which now has us into the house music community, with all the different germs up underneath that umbrella.
Got you. Now, how about some of the artists that you liked from back in the day, or even now, some of the artists you were feeling?
Back then?
Yeah. Who were some of the people that you were feeling back in the day?
Disco. The Bee Gees.
Okay.
The Bee Gees it's probably my all-time favorite.
Really?
Yeah, man, the Bee Gees are serious, bro. You should be dancing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saturday night, what? The Bee Gees, man. I like the Bee Gees. I like Sting. Sting did some stuff.
All right.
I like Phil Collins.
Okay.
Susu Studio.
Okay. All right.
And then you could come on into, Sylvester, Patty, obviously all of them, Colonel Abram. But that disco era doesn't. I love classics right now. I take classics any day. I take classics any day.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind going to Africa for a minute. But I take the classics any day.
Okay. Now, you want to hear something funny? You mentioned Sting. You mentioned Phil Collins, Susu Studio. You mentioned the Bee Gees. So back in the 80s, I DJ'd on this boat called the Binghamton. That was in Edgewater. So I was the only brother was getting that kind of love. And I used to play all that kind of music. Even down the Panorama, Venus, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I like all that stuff, man.
Goodness. Wow. Well, how'd you get into the entertainment business?
So I was a part of Mark IV.
Okay.
1981. 81, I became a part of Mark IV Disco. And my job was to give out the flyers.
Okay.
Which now I know is promoting. But I've always had a love for promotions. So as it went on, I went through Mark IV. Then moving later on, I went through Mission Entertainment. And transitioned into S&B Entertainment.
Wow.
So I went through stages.
Okay. Wow.
I didn't just pop I didn't just pop up one day and say, I went through my growing pains.
Got you. So
all of them.
So a lot of people don't know when they look at it, they think sometimes that this thing, you just woke up one morning and you had it going on. But a lot of people don't see what you went through and how you started. Really, they call it a ground level position.
Yeah, put your boots on, man. Footwork, getting on the ground there.
Yeah. Let me see what footwork.
Yeah. But in that, you establish your relationships.
Okay, so speak to that. That's super important. Speak to that for a minute. Speak to that for a minute. Mm-hmm.
So while you're doing the promotions, you don't know you building relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You because you're interacting with the people one on one.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is when you're promoting for someone else, you don't have all the information you need when people have questions, because people are gonna have questions. So by me promoting for other people, when it was time for me to transition for myself, I had the foundation needed to do it, because I knew what was coming from the people. So when the people now ask questions, I can answer those questions because it's me I'm promoting for.
Got you.
And those questions could range from, they could range from questions about an upcoming event to questions about an event that they just attended, and they got some feedback for you.
Hey, listen.
Are you in position? Are you in position? Or are you ready to take those critique questions just like you take those positive questions? What are you gonna do then?
Okay, so I just want to stay on that for a minute before we move on. So a lot of people think that when you do an event, just because it looks, first of all, you don't necessarily pack out the place when you first start.
No.
May, and it could be very frustrating. And when you're trying to get this thing off the ground, in your heart you feel you have something good, and people didn't check for you like that. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part of it is that you face a lot of difficulty. Even though the floor is packed, there's maybe somebody out there who's saying, you know what, I don't know, the music was too loud, or this or that, whatever. Talk to us about somebody. Let's say I'm thinking about, hey, I want to do this. Some of the things that I have to pay attention to that come up when you're trying to be in that business. And the reason I'm saying that too is because you've been doing it for 9 years. That's a long time. So.
That's a long time to take the good with the bad. I think first of all, you want to see, it's depending on who you are, and where you at with what your vision is.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because all I do is this, so I don't punch a clock.
Got you.
Nowhere.
Got you.
So my investment is different, because I know if people don't buy, I don't eat. So my passion is a lot more different, and I take it very seriously.
Right.
If you're someone with a 9 to 5 and you got a guaranteed paycheck coming every week, whether you do an event or not, then your mindset may be a little bit different, because this is not your core bread or butter. But when this is your core bread or butter, your mindset is different, because you know, again, if people don't buy, you don't eat.
Yeah.
Now, in addition to that, if people buy and they don't come back and buy again, you're in trouble.
Got you.
Right?
Got you.
Because it has to be consistent, right? So having said that, I go into it with that mindset, right? And I have the passion for it and the love for it. I had it more so than I do now, but we'll get to that. But it's my passion. It's what I love doing, and I've been doing it for 9 years up under S&B.
Right.
And I've been doing this more than 30 years, period.
Got you. You know, another thing, too, that a lot of people don't realize is many times you have to finance this from HIP National Bank, meaning that maybe you're hoping to make the money.
Not many times, all the time.
Okay.
All the time. And even to the festival. I want to jump out there and say S&B Entertainment Summer Closeout is the only festival that's not funded.
Got you.
It's not funded by, although city allows us to do it and get behind it in other ways, which is a blessing. But monetarily, it has always come out of my pocket, or at that time, my wife and my pocket, but now my pocket. And then with the help of some small sponsorships and obviously the vendors, but there's never no check cut for my festival.
You eat what you kill. That's how that works, huh?
That's right.
You know, just to one other point, too, and I just want to make this point, and this is my little rant, and then we'll get back on the questions. You know, I hear, because, you know, I talk to a lot of DJs, and I hear DJs complain that nobody's putting them on. And here's my response to that. But I need you as a promoter to speak to it. First of all, I say, well, listen, whoever's putting that event on is spending their time and energy and money and has to make a judgment call about who they think is going to pack their ticket out, pack their thing out. Now, if you've got something that you're bringing to, hey, let's say you can bring 100 people to the event or whatever, or you can bring, hey, maybe that's a different conversation. And number two is if you were putting on an event, you would make decisions about who you bring to the table, all right? And the third part of it is that, wait a minute, hold it. Especially with everything that's going on and all the stuff's available, hey, nobody's stopping you from doing that. So anyway, that's my perspective. So I don't get mad because, oh, well, you know, I feel like, you know, I've been in the game for 150 years. And they don't never put me on. And they don't have to put you on. Nobody owes you anything. I don't know. From a promoter's perspective, talk to me. And this
First of all, Dan, you're insulting me right now, Dan.
Okay, good.
You at some point in this show.
Good.
I am not a promoter. I'm a special events organizer.
Okay.
Who owns his own entertainment company, who just so happened, by the way, promotes his own stuff. But don't address me as no promoter. I'm not the flyer guy.
Gotcha.
I am the guy.
Okay. All right.
Don't make me come up on the 8th floor.
No problem, because we got security up there. We're waiting for you.
No, but Dan, I in all honesty, Dan, I've gotten away from that. I've gotten away from that because you put that out on the floor and you answered it yourself. I don't owe anyone no explanation as to how my lineup is going to look from one event to the next event. I've been real blessed, and I want to say again, I've been real blessed in 9 years to have a group of talent that shared by many others. But I like to feel, and I have felt when they're working with S&B, it's something special. I have these grown men who have this gift of being able to present music to you in a way that your spirit and your soul is fed, right? And these guys are more than just their ability to play music behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
They bring other stuff to the table.
Mm-hmm.
So when I do get hit with that, and I just got hit with it yesterday, I got hit with it Saturday, I get hit with it everywhere I go. I'm still waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're probably going to be waiting a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Because first of all, what are you doing to market yourself?
Mm-hmm.
And why do I owe you something?
Right.
No one gave me anything.
Mm-hmm.
The reason SMB Entertainment was established is because I got tired of working under somebody else's umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
Why work under somebody else's umbrella when I can get my own umbrella and work under my own umbrella?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I say, they don't understand what some of these DJs bring, not just on the scene, but behind the scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand the work that these guys put in and why I may stick with a certain rotation,
Mm-hmm.
because these guys bring more to the table than just their ability to play music. But
Right.
most importantly, they got a sincere interest and investment in the SMB brand.
Mm-hmm.
They care if I win or if I lose.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about their ego.
Mm-hmm.
It's that these guys have a vested interest in what SMB does,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
A memory came up today for my first flyer,
Okay.
2014,
Mm-hmm.
right? My very first event, right? We
Mm-hmm.
honored Kenny Bobian back then.
Okay.
My first 3-day DJs was Mark Francis,
Mm-hmm.
Rock Anthony, and Rashid Ahmed.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, these three guys are still doing their thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I still use it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Because they're not just money. They're not just about their own personal gain.
Mm-hmm.
They're about seeing the brand win or lose.
Mm-hmm. Got
They
you.
want us to win. They don't want us to lose.
Mm-hmm. Got you.
So when I hear that, oh, I got one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Every event I go to, he went up to me. You ain't get to me yet.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, that is not how you do things.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I will, and then there are other people who have waited patiently, and when an event came around that I thought fit their style of play,
Mm-hmm.
I put them on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna put you on and you don't fit the model,
Right. Got you. Right.
right?
Right.
You're not for me.
Right.
You're for you.
Right. Right. Well, I think it's important that we have this conversation with you being the person who makes decisions about it, because again, people, from the interviews, I talk to a lot of DJs, and I think, and I'm going to love using this term, I think it's important that they hear from the horse's mouth. Boom. Anyway.
You call me a horse. Come
I
up there,
slipped
kick
that
them
one.
yellow ass. You better tell Chop to start bleeping, because I'm getting ready to start cursing you out, man. Chop, where you at, Chop?
Oh, my goodness. Hey, listen, let me give you a few shout-outs, and then we'll go a little bit deeper. But first, okay. Troy Martin, DJ Exotic, or should I say DJ Psychotic, is in the house. Yes. Hey, listen, congratulations, DJ Exotic, for the job on Saturday. Hey, I know he put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in that, and I know he's another gentleman that runs a lot of stuff from Hip National Bank. And he really got that off on Saturday, and congratulations. Marcus Garrett is in the house. Peace and blessings. He's got events coming up, too. We're going to be announcing those, that kind of stuff like that. Tawanda Smith-Gray is in the house. Joy, what's up? Dawood, what's up? So quite a few other people on. Just want to get that in there. So you've been in house music from the door. Matter of fact, before the door opened. And you're a big part of making this thing happen. Where is this thing headed? What's your perspective on it?
Dan,
Mm-hmm.
I went down to Trenton yesterday.
Right.
Hold on 1 second, Dan. I think we're freezing here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened. Hold on, Dan.
Okay.
Somehow I'm lost here. Dan, hold on.
Okay, we're good.
I'm coming
You know,
back.
all we see is your middle finger, but it's okay.
Ooh. Yeah, I think my phone froze.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Hold on, Dan.
It's okay,
Yeah,
though, Sultan.
Hold on, Dan. Hold on. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Got that one with there, too. That one don't curse me out. Okay. So, Dan, I went down to, big shout out to Mark Gibson
Mm-hmm.
and Trenton House Music Community, House Music United, I think it's House Heads United.
Mm-hmm.
But I went down to the festival yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where they had the Four Little Brothers play.
Mm-hmm.
Dan,
Mm-hmm.
them little guys. Dan, them little guys were awesome. That's where we're going,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
If I had to give them anything, I would give them little boys an A.
Okay. All
Not
right.
no A minus, no A plus, because there's room for growth everywhere,
Right.
right? And they're gonna grow.
Uh-huh.
And as they grow, they're gonna be even
Okay.
more.
You froze, so say it again. You just froze. As they grow.
Right?
I'm saying,
Can you hear that?
no. You said as they grow. That's kind of where we left off.
Okay. So as they grow,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna be even more dangerous.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But what was most exciting was to see Amir, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And most so we ran him 40 years old, right? And we had the whole pack. Yeah.
Okay. Now we're hearing every other word. We're hearing every other word now. You said
That's because cars moved.
no problem. No, I understand what's happening. Just letting you know. But I did hear you say Amir.
Right, so I said to witness Amir coming into the scene at 14 years old, to see
Right.
him where he's grown to today,
Mm-hmm.
and having 3 other little young gentlemen attached to him
Mm-hmm.
was very exciting.
Yeah.
So that's where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
It's going in the direction where it should be of passing the torch.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not gonna be here forever.
Yeah. So let's pretend for 1 minute we're not going to be here forever, as you said. Let me ask you this question. Now, we're always talking about we want to bring younger people into the scene. The question is, and by the way, congratulations to Amir. Amir is like, he's like the elder statesman now. But anyway, that's another story. So my question to you is, yeah, you say you want to bring younger people in it, but what if they don't do it the same way we do it? What's are you gonna say, yeah, I want you to be in it, but I want you to do what I do?
Well,
What's your thoughts on that? Do they have, or should they have their own room to interpret and reinterpret what's happening on? And are we really serious about bringing younger people
Absolutely.
into it? Okay.
absolutely they should. The little young gentleman, he played a rap song. He played a rap song. He played it over a house beat. And the audience received it very well. Because again, there was some younger audience out there as well. And he
Right.
spoke to them
Right.
through his music. Through his music. When it first came on, it caught me off guard a little bit, but a little bit into it, I got it. I embraced it and I understood it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was rocking probably just as hard as they were. them little boys was fire. Them little boys was fire.
Hey, let's be honest. And I could tell you to a person, having interviewed DJs and producers, I mean, all of the ones that I ever talked to came out of a hip-hop background and got into house later. Or maybe along the side. But believe me, they got some hip-hop in their background. And if you want to prove it, they know the words.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So when you say, where do I see it going?
Mm-hmm.
I believe they started to transition yesterday.
Mm.
At least where it can go and how we can get there.
Got you.
Because to think about it. The oldest one probably was Amir. I don't know how old Jordan is. But we not talking no more past 20 or 21.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And little Jess.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed yesterday.
Good. Yeah. Hey, all four of them are problems, as we say. Wow.
And they're gonna get better. And any one of them could have closed.
Mm-hmm.
Any one of them could have closed.
Right.
Any one of them.
Right.
And like you said, they got their own style.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be somebody out there. They're gonna, well, they got room. They coming. They're not even coming. They have a ride.
Right.
If we can get 4 more of them somewhere, and at least 2 of them are women, young girls.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Or maybe just 4 more. Or maybe just 4 more young girls.
Hey, I'm suggesting to you, they're out there. We just gotta find them.
Yeah, 4 more young girls. Just all young girls.
Mm-hmm.
I was up there trying to give them names. I was trying to match them.
Okay.
I was saying Lil Jess, but that's Lil Jihad. And, I got stuck with Amir, but Lil Jordan. That's a little Mark Francis.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were very exciting.
Great.
They were refreshing. They were definitely something different.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
And did they make some errors? Absolutely, but they kept it moving.
Hey, listen. I want to give a big shout out to DJ Marcus Alonzo checking in from out of state. I know Tawanda's checking in from out of state. Hey, thanks so much for joining us. Okay. Now, before we get into SM,
I'm gonna call you back.
before we get into SM,
you all right?
okay. Wait a minute, hold it. I don't know.
Wait, hold on 1 second, Dan. I'm driving.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So before I want to go into SMB, but I just want to point out something else, is that, you already said it just now. You actually attend events and support other people in the business, event planners, promoters, party people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What brings you out? Your marketing company, you were already doing your own thing. What brings you out to others' events? I mean, why do you come out when, really, to be honest, you can sit and watch back on Facebook Live, or just not do any of that? What brings you out?
I'm a dancer first.
Okay.
I love the music.
Mm-hmm.
And I love supporting other people.
Okay.
And that's how you get to.
I don't know. I hear some noise in the background. Is that coming from me?
We're driving there.
Oh, okay. Got you. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And that's how you build new relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you get yourself known.
Mm-hmm.
And people wonder why nobody come to your event. They don't know you. You're not out there. Nobody can't see you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I've never had no event without having something I'm benefiting some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I got t-shirts, towels, tickets, something, membership card,
Mm-hmm.
something.
Mm-hmm.
Out of sight, out of mind, right?
Right, that's for sure. That's for sure. You asked my ex, but that's another story. Anyway, as you, uh, well, you have many things going on. Let's first of all talk about August 26th. Hmm?
Go ahead, guys.
Let's talk about August 26th coming out. Talk to us. What's that?
Oh, this Saturday is SMB Entertainment 9-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually be 9 years old this Wednesday. August. But it's only cookout, so this is more appreciation event that we incorporated once a year
Mm-hmm.
to say thank you to those to us throughout the years.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we say thank you.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about, that's a private event, is that correct?
Yes, it is. It's for members only.
Okay.
So you should, and you can bring a guest.
Mm-hmm.
You should have an SMB membership card
Mm-hmm.
with the Soulful House Nation logo
Mm-hmm.
in order to participate in this.
So, talk to us about membership, what it is, why you do it, how do you get it, that kind of stuff like that. Advantages of having it. Go ahead.
Well, we actually created the membership 2020, right?
I'm sorry, we can't hear you. I'm not sure if you're speaking, but we can't hear you.
I said we created
Now I
that.
can hear you.
We established that in 2020, right?
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right, 2020. And the idea came up through you. I hate to give you that credit.
Okay. You can tell I don't care for him, right?
And we thought it was a way, number one, to create a card that would hopefully serve as a way of attracting not only new supporters, but also being an outlet for services that we already use, where we can link those services to our audience, where they can have some sort of discounts.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Because in our community, we have people from many different work backgrounds, and we wanted to use that in our sponsorship package to try to attract not just the consumer, but the merchants.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, have the advantage of the card is just like this weekend, in order to participate in this event, or any Soulful House Nation event,
Mm-hmm.
you must have that card. It saves you it saves you money off of SMB merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking to add more services to that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, you're also doing some other things. Before we get to the closeout, let's talk about the peace dance. Talk to us about that. What's that about? How did that come about? When's that going on? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's big shout out to DJ Quad.
Mm-hmm.
We developed that.
Just a little louder,
bring
please.
something-
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
We developed that to bring something to the Irvington community. The mayor got on board, all the other council people got on board. It's a Tuesday after work. We started last year where we were feeding people. We were doing COVID tests. We collaborated with National Night Out. Even this year, where kids receive free bicycles, and it's an after work Tuesday of dance music.
Mm-hmm.
Big shout out to Quad,
Mm-hmm.
Mayor Tony Voss, Jamila Beasley, and the whole Irvington Council.
Mm-hmm. Now, also too, I know you have the closeout coming, and each also, if you can talk to us a little bit about the events you have on come, and I think one of the things that makes it different that you do, and you can speak to it, is that every dance is not just a dance. Every party is not just a party. Each one has a particular focus. So speak to us about that also.
Well, when I was with Mission Entertainment, I was used to doing a white event, a black event. Everything is a theme.
Mm-hmm.
So when I transitioned over to SB and house music community, I wanted to bring that same energy.
Gotcha.
I wanted to do those same things.
Mm-hmm.
So again, going back to you, I think we came up with what's called Shout Out to Stage. He came up with what's now known as the brand event.
Mm-hmm.
The brand event is obviously the first event we do every year. It's our spring season opener. And what that event was intended to do was to take our platform and share it with every other brand one time out here. So we get other brands exposure. So that's how we came up with the brand. It's about everybody else. Then we came up with the house in white. It's really house music in white. We're all white, but we still get the same music we're accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
Then what we got, the summer closeout,
Mm-hmm.
which is the festival.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the all black extravaganzas, which is how we end our season every year with my annual all black birthday bash. So it brings spice to what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Then we add like the comedy show. We
Right.
got the comedy show. It's a new component that we put on the front of the black. So it became a weekender now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, you're going out again.
I was done.
Yeah, I can hear you again.
What did you catch? What did you catch?
You came with the black event and you added the comedy on. Now it's a weekender. Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. So like I say, that's one thing I noticed because most parties are parties, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just that I noticed
But
that.
but you gotta look. No, but you gotta look now.
Mm-hmm.
If you pay close attention in the house music community, you're starting to see more and more white events
Yes.
in house music.
Yes.
Not just in New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
New York, Baltimore, and
Mm-hmm.
all these, or even with weekend getaways or destination trips,
Mm-hmm.
on the itinerary is a white event.
Right.
That was not popular back around in house music.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's catching on.
Yes. 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 Let's talk about vendor opportunities. What do you offer? Who's at the events for vendors to do well with? Let's talk about vendors. Mm-hmm.
Well, right now we are taking applications for vendors for September the 17th, summer closeout at 40th Street Park in Irvington. If you want to participate in vending, you can go on to our website and you can get that application from there, or you can dial 201-948-4800.
Say it again one more time. Say the number one more time.
201
Mm-hmm.
948-4800.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking for, at this juncture, we're looking for food and merchandise vendors.
Mm-hmm.
Vendor opportunity is such: if you're a merchandise vendor, it's $150. If you're a food vendor, you give us a call. That price varies depending on what you're selling.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's a 9-hour event.
Mm-hmm.
It's enough time we try to keep the costs within budget range where the vendor can recoup their money.
Mm-hmm.
We also tell vendors, especially merchandise vendors, The lowest item on your table shouldn't be $50. You may not do well.
Okay.
You may want to have the lowest item, maybe $10 or $12, and then go up.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a better chance of recouping your money.
Mm-hmm. You know, I
didn't make no money today.
Okay.
How much was your items?
Yeah.
Oh, my lowest item was $80. That's why you ain't make no money. People came out here to dance. They came out here,
Right.
no $80 damn dollars.
Right. Right.
But the lady next to you, she had $5 earring.
Right.
All her stuff was going in the house.
You know, one of the things too that I've seen, just a couple thoughts, and you can tell me what you think. I think, you know, it's really important when you come there to sell. You got to make sure you got a price right, what you just said. You got to be in front of the right thing. But the other thing, in my opinion, and you tell me what you think, you can't like sit at the table and basically take a nap. I mean, to me, you gotta work that audience. I mean, what are your thoughts?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Well, you want to have stuff that
appeals,
that's marketable, that's sellable, that appeals to the consumer.
Exactly. I agree.
And again, I stress to the vendors that because you get your experiences in this and you learn, you know, as you go.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time I was bombarded after a festival, you know, because I put in bad locations, right? Mm-hmm. You know, over at Berry Lane Park, right?
Right.
I put all of this in the basketball company.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't make the money.
Right.
I had to get a few money.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, I put them in the center, in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
If they'd have moved an inch closer, they'd have been on the dance floor. But that's what the traffic was.
Uh-huh. Right.
And they made their money.
Right.
So
right.
you learn from experiences that you've done.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right. Yeah. Well, you know,
I always tell people, if you got $500 pocketbooks, this might not be a
you know, you know, when you're selling stuff, there's a lot of things to take into consideration. And one of the things I think is super important, like you say, you learn. So that, in my mind, you don't take just one shot. You got 17 things wrong out of 20. And then you say, oh, that doesn't work. No, you got 7 things wrong out of 20. Straighten those things out. And then fine, you come back the next time, you do better. The other thing, again, if you have the right merch mix and a nice entry point, then too, you know, once you get me over there and we start talking $5 or whatever the number is, we could always upgrade. We could always exchange information. I keep you on my mailing list. I mean, there's 100 different things you can do once you get that right. But, you know, like most people, I think, don't really have they really just don't get it right, and that's why they don't make the money. That's just my opinion. I could be dead wrong on that. Anyway, just a thought. So, but you will have vendor opportunities coming up, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We've started that. We've started that maybe 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So now the calls are coming in. And I'll be returning those calls after this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
All focus will shift to the festival.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, right now we're getting ready for this weekend for the our 9th year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
9 years.
All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, what can we look forward to in the future? And do you have any final thoughts?
We're getting ready right now for our 10th anniversary.
Okay.
We're going to Panama City.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
we're gonna celebrate 10 years in Panama.
All
So
right.
I'll be launching that flyer soon.
Mm-hmm.
Big shout out to Vernon, Access Entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
Random Access Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I collab with him.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually going to the Grill
Okay.
House Music on the Beach. That's September the 7th to the 11th,
Mm.
right? That's a couple of weeks, House Music on the Beach.
Mm-hmm.
When we come back from that, then that's the summer closeout.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, then after the summer closeout, we get ready for the Black.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then we take our little break in December and we get ready for 2024.
Got you. Any final thoughts that you'd like to share? And if you want people to reach out to you, follow you, how do they do it?
You can follow us a whole bunch of ways. We have a website. It's SMBENTgroup.com. So that's really SMB Entertainment Group, but it's SMBENTgroup.com. You can do this. You can find us the same way on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or you can just call 201-948-4800. And you can reach us that way, or you can see me out. Right now, I'm giving out free S&B membership cards. So if you didn't get one with the Soulful House Nation logo, if you didn't get one, you can go onto the website where you can see me. But either way, you have to register it. See, one thing about this card, it's just not a card. Once we give it to you, you have to register it, because if you don't register it, then you're totally out of the loop and you're not going to know what's going on.
All right. Fantastic. Any final thoughts that you'd like to share?
No, Dan, thank you, man. You know, this has been a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You only called me about 335 times to do this.
Oh, goodness gracious.
You know, you my guy. You've been rocking with us for a while. To the listening community, big shout out to Dan. If you're at Facebook and you can put up some hearts for Dan. Dan has been doing this thing for a long time now. I was Dan's only friend when he first came around. He had no friends. They used to say, "Who that man walking around with a trench coat, headphones? Is he the police?" They thought Dan was the police. Now look at you, Dan. You only had one friend. It was me. You actually had two. You had Alice too.
Yeah. But but his part was questionable. But that's another story.
But Dan, big shout out to you, man. You still providing the platform where people who can showcase or get exposure for whatever it is they do. You and Chalk. Big shout out to Chalk. For the listening audience, if you don't know Chalk, I forgot. That's Dan's only other friend. Right? Big shout out to Chalk. Been dealing with that shit for years. Chalk, I love you, big bro. I know you hear me somewhere back there.
Oh, goodness.
Only me and you like Dan. Big shout out to Joy and all the girls. I miss them. Hope to see them soon, Dan, and I'm out.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I would say thank you, Sultan, but you didn't do anything but what you were supposed to do. That's all that was. And I'm still looking for that video clip.
Get ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, thanks to our special guest, Sultan. We're going to go into the next phase of this, as you know. We're going to do the Shazam Free Zone. We're going to play all brand new music that you've never heard before, probably never heard before. And just remember, all the things that you like and sweat to as hits started somewhere. They start as unknown. So in the Shazam Free Zone, we not only play it, but we say it, what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be on, just so you know, we're on Soulful House Nation. We're going to stay on Facebook till they shut us off. We're on Twitch. We're on Vimeo. We're on YouTube. We're on the website. We're in some other places too. All right, and thanks to you guys, we're getting as many as 2,000 views, live views during the course of any given week. So thanks again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Chuck, we're going to continue with the Shazam Free Zone. You can play our song of the week, and then we're gonna get into it. And this one's, this is our song of the week, and it's Corey Holmes. Ladies and gentlemen, check for Corey Holmes. He's getting it in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, DJ Dan, Soulful House Nation coming to you live on the 8th floor. Get ready, get ready, get ready.